Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's top division. The Division 1 drivers are back once again, live on a Monday night for our next round of the season. We are here at the legendary but also very tricky Suzuka circuit in Japan. A tight and twisty circuit, but also can be flowing at times. Rain makes this track very interesting as well. And yeah, it is not for the faint of heart. If you win around here, you've pretty much earned it. Well, in my opinion anyway. This is, I don't particularly like this track, but it's a lovely watch. So hopefully, we should have a good race ahead of ourselves. For those of you that are normally viewing RSF1's top division, and are wondering where is Drastic Plays, Days Freak, he is not here today. He is feeling unwell. Wish all the best to him. Hopefully he will be back next week and so on, and hopefully he gets better soon. But it's me, BHA Firefish. I do this far too many times, I think, because I think I'm going to do Thursday later on as well, and I've obviously got my normal Wednesday, so... and it's just me as well, so please keep me company in the chat once I bring it up. But yeah, this is the top division. We have 16 drivers, I believe, ready for tonight, which is fantastic. The numbers are growing, which is also good to see, because I remember we had a start of the season where we only had 13-14 race in Qatar, but we're getting there, which is good to see. And we've got the usual drivers here. We've got a few reserves in as well. So there is space always open up. So if you watch this and want to maybe say to your friends, come and join, you're like, he's a quick driver, or they're a quick driver, so on. More the merrier. More the merrier. We've got plenty of space in this division. So, you know, reserves and full-time drivers. So, one down, basically. Yeah, this should be a fun one. Should be a fun one, anyway. We are just waiting for a few things to get going. So, whilst we do that, I'm just going to go up to the standings. Now, you're going to have to obviously bear with me on this one, because the standings team, or the team that run the website, because that's where the standings are, they do a brilliant job, and obviously sometimes it's not completely on time, the standings. There's nothing against them, but obviously they're doing it as a hobby after all, of course, so you can't pressure them. When are the standings out, when are the points earned, and going out, so on. So I can only go what it is currently at the moment, and basically, after the race in Monza, we have Drastic Blaze, who still has the championship lead. Now, it does say on the standings he's got 51 points, but obviously I can go by result of Monza, so he is now... Interesting. He's on 69 points. There you go. Sweet. Yeah, so he's leading champion at 69 points. He is closely followed by SLR Evo, now on 58 points. These two, Blaze and Evo, have really started the season strongly. They are the two pushing each other, and they've got a bit of a gap over third place driver, who is Crazyfish now, who is now on 39 points. A bit of a gap. I believe it's... my maths are failing me. I think it's like 21 points to second. But Crazyfish has had a really good start of the season, considering he was in F2 last season. So he's good on there. So Grunty will be next after the result in Monza. He's on 35 points. And then so on and so forth. But yeah, the standings will be updated shortly, and then again for after this race. I believe Alfa Romeo are still in the lead of the constructors in this division as well. So, as we head to the qualifying session, there's 16 drivers here, so we are eliminating one person. You do not want to be that one person at all tonight. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting for a very, very long time. Good evening, Mr. Horizon, in the chat. Of course, everybody that joins in, please say hello. Breezy's left the session. Great start. Proceedings, and it is dry. It's completely dry. Let me see if I can get Breezy back in. Where are we? Obviously, because I'm by myself, I will invite people as best I can. Was obviously trying to keep an eye on the action as well. Here we go. around Suzuka, as I said, very technical circuit to look at and to drive around. If you have a mistake around here, it's very, very punishing and can also lead to a very easy retirement on the track. Nobody is yet to come out, although we do have a couple firing up the engines. There is Crazy Fish in the Ferrari. He's going to be one of the first out on the soft tyres. A few drivers looking at the mediums possibly. Evening Invade, Evening Runner Red. I notice how everybody that is kind of racing is also looking at the chat as well. So there's Crazy Fish as he goes around the first few corners on his lap. We've also got our JD Devil Noob in the medium tyres in the Alfa Romeo. Who else we got? We've got Jengus Logan in the Mercedes. I just jumped to them. Now, something I need to show off. So you'll see on the Horizon's already on it. Sweet. Well, Horizon spoiled it. Yes, as you can see, I did a little thing this afternoon and I changed the camera angles on the onboard. You can see they're slightly different. In fact, they're as close to realistic as possible. Instead of the Alfa Romeo, you can see a little bit different, less camera shake as well. So, yeah, we got those realistic TV camera angles. You could basically look up on YouTube as somebody has already done it, like in game or as close as you can. There's McLaren as well. You can see like little subtle differences between the cars. But enough about what I did. Let's see what these guys could do. As Crazy Fish. Is Crazy Fish in the first one? No, it's Devil Noob. It's going to be the first one in the Alfa Romeo on the medium tyres. So let's see, he's really slowing it down actually, trying to gain some space, which is different because there's not anybody in front of him, but away he goes through the Casio Triangle chicane. There's a few corner names around this track as we begin down the first front straight to a very, very tricky turn 1 and 2. You're kind of braking already even before you see like the apex you're aiming for. So hit the first corner. That's how easy you can make a mistake. Big wobble from JD Devil Noob there. That's all it takes at this track. One wobble, one little slide, and it catches you out. But we'll run them all with Crazy Fish as we continue through the S's. Very similar to Magnus and Beckett's around Silverstone, but it's uphill. You're very, very cautious of the curbs. You want to get a very wide entry as you go up and over the top. The Dunlop curve is this left-hander. And then into the two very sharp right-handers. There's a Mercedes right on the right-hand side, which Crazy Fish probably got put off by. That was the two Degners. Then into the hairpin, where back in, I believe it was 2012, Kamui Kobayashi, Japanese driver, sent many a dive bomb at that hairpin. And then into the spoon curve. This is another very tricky corner. You do not want to allow the car to ride through the middle part. You want to kind of hit pretty much every curve as you go through, which Crazy Fish has done very nicely. Then up to the famous 130R, but these days, look at that, it's just completely flat, not even a lift. Might be in the rain, but definitely not in the dry, definitely not in qualifying, as Crazy Fish is about to finish their lap through the chicane, and it's a 28.4 to begin. So just to put into context, obviously TT obviously shouldn't really go by TT, but that's like pure pace. It's like mid 27s or low 27s, should I say. Jengas has just beat that on the 28.3. Money Biscuit in the Aston Martin, just coming up to 130R now. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get into Q3 and it's still dry. We're into the low 27s. As already in the 27s, a 27.9 on medium tyres from Tornado. That's a really good lap from Tornado. Well, it's better than me anyway. So, as Muddy Biscuit, it's going to be in the 28s though, 28.7. You'd want to be a little bit quicker than that, I think. It's like mid 28. Says Max Stappen in the Alpine gets a 28.5 on mediums. Where's Ice Boy? Ice Boy Fox and the Williams just coming up through the S's. Who's going to be next? There's now Fatari coming round of Breezy. He's on the soft tyres. There's a couple of hard tyres by the looks of it. Drastic Blaze in the Evo. Well, then again, we are only eliminating one driver from this first session, so to be honest, if you want to save tyres, go on hards. Maybe. As Breezy in the AlphaTauri up to cross the line. This is a pretty good lap actually. Goes 28.1, so ahead of Jengus, ahead of Crazy Fish as well, so pretty decent. Only behind Tornado, and that Tornado lap looks pretty healthy at the moment. Who else have we got? Iceboy Fox is coming round. It's coming up to chicane. Oh, and a big slide, and another one, and he's off. Oh, stay out the barrier. Good. Oof. Now you want to be moving quite quickly. Hopefully the game won't disqualify him, but that was a big tank slapper. Tried to correct it, and went spinning off backwards. Thankfully, as I said, spun off backwards rather than forwards, because forwards might have resulted in a elimination there, or retirement, but keep it together. Yes, almost did a Logan Sargent there. Definitely agree, Horizon. Let's have a look who's going to be up next. There's an AlphaTauri coming around of Breezy, but they must be coming back in up on the outlap. So go for the reserves. We got Max Stappen, which we've already seen. He's in the Alpine, reserving tonight. I believe he's replacing Dan Burnett. Who else have we got? We've got Runner Red, who's also back in the Red Bull, who of course won last time out in the Red Bull, only just over Blaze and Evo. Three drivers are very close across the line. And Devil Noob's going for another lap of the medium tyres. And Baba Jan has also become a full-time driver now. He is in the Aston Martin, partnering up with Muddy Biscuit. And Baba Jan had a rough race, to say the least, in Monza last time out. Managed to pick up a point for the team he was driving for, but he's now full-time in Aston Martin. Let's see if he can push on from there. You can see Devil Noob through Degner 1, through Degner 2. You do not want to have the car drag that wide to that gravel. Left hand side. Crazy Fish has just improved to 28.1, so that should put him a lot more safer. I think he would have been safe on the 28.4 anyway, but this wants to be doubly sure. A good improvement from him. Now Devil Noob on the medium tyres. We want to be kind of mid-28s on this. Still Tornado, fastest at the moment on 27.9. Through to the 130R. Few others on their lap. I'm keeping an eye on the two drivers that are going to set a lap on the hard tyres. That's Evo and Blaze. And I'll tell you something, if they go quickest on those tyres, that'd be interesting. Devil Noob had a similar slide with from the Williams of Ice Boy, but goes to 6th. Here comes Blaze, and that is a 28.3 on the hard tyres, closely followed by Evo, who does a 28.5 on hard tyres. Crazy, crazy, crazy pace these two, pushing each other all the way, and that's going to send a shiver down the spine to pretty much everybody else on the grid those laps. But let's see what everyone else is going to do. Grunty, who's had a up and down start of the season. I mean, it's been respectable. 5th place last time at Monza, but the race before in Vegas had a difficult run to 8th. So I know there's podiums, maybe a couple of wins in Grunty in this division. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, up and down start for him. Oh, turning a bit too early there for the second Degner. But that's the problem with those two corners. They come at you so quickly, one after the other. If you make even a slightest wobble in the first part, it kind of throws you off for the second part. We've still got a bit of time left. 7 minutes 33 left to go. Andy turning in nicely for the first part of the spoon curve, and then into the second. And again, that gravel was easily drag your car out. Do not want to touch it at all. Purple sector 1 and 2, according to the game, but we'll see. Normally that's quite deceiving whenever the track goes purple. Oh, Max Verstappen has lost it! At the exit of the hairpin. And Vade's coming up to it. Grunty's gone second meantime, but Max Verstappen has lost it. And his car, unfortunately, has disappeared. But that means everyone else is through. Well, that's a real shame for them, because they would have been, I would say, fine on that lap. Means everyone else can relax. Qualifying is basically done. All you got to do is set a lap. Look, I lost it at the exit of the hairpin as well. That's an odd place to lose it. Oof. Vader hits the bollards. First part of the chicane. Going to be 29.2 though. No pressure at the moment, of course, because he's through, but maybe that's what it was. Maybe just get a little practice lap in. Three lap softs. Yeah, that also makes sense. I should have seen that. Thank you, Invade. 14 viewers so far. Thank you very much for joining. Evening to Gravedigger. Gravedigger, of course, one of the drivers for the F4 division on Thursdays. Doing a little research, I reckon. As Verizon's going to do a very slow lap, and who can blame him? And 151. That's it, base. All we need is a lap from Tekers, Babajan, and Runner Red in this time. Runner Red, if you're watching the chat, all you need to do is set a lap, please. And you're good. Please set a lap, because if he doesn't, then we'll have 14 if you two. Evening to Stars Orphan. Japan at a real F1 chat just have such bad record here. Same. I am not looking forward to my race tomorrow. It's going to be very difficult for me. I've never gelled with this track. I've even done a I was part of a 12-hour endurance race on Forza in a Lamborghini, and I did a 2-hour stint thinking, well, let's do 2 hours in the Lamborghini. Surely that would, help me get better. Of course, different game and all that, but it just, again, it made me feel a little bit worse about the track. As John goes a little bit wide there. Right, sorry about that. I was just dealing with something there. 3 minutes to go, and Runner Red is only just coming out of the pits, I believe. Yeah, there he is. Because at the moment we're just waiting for Q2, to be honest. Just set a lap, everybody, and we can move on. So Tornado's lap, in the end, on the medium tyres, very good. Babajan, would you please just set a valid lap? Why are you... Babajan, what are you doing? 2 minutes 55. I mean, he should get back out in time, but that's pushing it a little bit. Gravedigger won't be racing this week. Gone away for 4 days. Thursday morning RC racing. Two people out the other way because Max Crash. Anyone slower is out. Yes. Well, they're not really because Verizon set at 151. So should be fine, right? Yeah, because he went ahead of Max Verstappen. So I think you just need to set a lap. I'm not sure. It's weird like that, though. Ray Digger, when you say RC Racing, is that... what does RC stand for? Or am I just... being silly there? It's Baba John. He just needs us. There is Baba John. So at least... once it's valid that Verizon is out, I am 99% sure. Oh, remote control. Yes. I mean, that makes more sense. I was just thinking, like, what else could it be? But... Evo, interestingly, is going out for another lap on his hard tyres. Doesn't want to be beaten by Blaze, obviously. That's plain to see, because you've already gone through. See what he can do anyway. Meanwhile, the other three that need to set a lap. So Tekka's invalidated his current lap. Babajan going out for another one. Runner Red is looking to be on it. See, now the only reason I'm a little bit perplexed, that was very close from Runner Red. The only reason I'm a little bit perplexed by Evo going back out again is that what if he crashes and then he goes out? Restrict engines on them, nice. Yeah, that's the only thing with Evo. I mean, the other three make sense because they need a solo lap. See what Runner Red can do. The only thing about these camera angles is you can see with the Red Bull it's really low down. I need to readjust it, to be honest. Don't even see the driver's helmet. Although, to be fair, that's all kind of you need to see here. Runner Red looking very quick. This is going to top the session, actually. 26.8. Q1. Okay. Also, Babajan didn't make it. He never made the line. So Babajan's already out. Also, he's lagging. Evo's just set a 28.0 on the hard tyres. And Tekka's is going to settle up here. There we go. Brilliant. And Tekka's goes third. See what that would have been, but we are through. So Babajan never made the line. So is out. Also, Runner Red has casually just gone a second, just over a second quicker than everybody else. Okay. That's scary, that is. So out in Q1, Max Verstappen. Yeah, I saw he left the lobby as well. Max Verstappen crashed it at the edge of the hairpin, the exit of it. Babajan never made the line and never set a lap, so he's also out. So it means we've got these 14. I mean, Evo and Blaze's lap on the hard tyres is impressive. Tornadoes as well. But 26.8. A 26.8. My PB is a low 28. But he's just done that in Q1. Means he's probably going to go quicker in Q3. That... Wow. Okay. Stuff already. But we're through to Q2. 14 remain. I need to get Babajan back. If I can find him. Also be good. I cannot. Okay, that's... Okay, it's not come up on my recent thing, so... Right, so Q2, he's on PC, of course he is. Ugh. Let's do quest. Ugh. I don't think it's going to be the problem. How on earth am I going to be able to bring it back in? I don't think I can. Not easily, anyway. Technically, yes. Is it? This is news to me. If Ronda Red is an actual esports driver. Not really, though. You either are or you're not. You can't say that you technically are an esports driver, but not really, though. You're either in it or you're not. Oh, he is. I mean, it doesn't matter if you are. It's impressive. Impressive lap times. I mean, it makes everyone else quicker. Well, in my eyes, it does. Anyway, Red Bull. Maybe there was an esports driver before me. Oh. Good, right. Who's going to be the first driver? It's going to be JD Devil Noob once again. Everyone on the soft tyres, I believe. Oh no, Tornado still looking at medium, so I'll keep an eye on those. Need the telemetry and the outlap. There we go. That's better. Yeah, everyone's an esports driver. Let's be honest. Nice turn 1 and 2 from Devil Noob as well. Had a difficult qualifying, if I remember rightly, in Monza. I think he crashed in Q2. It might have been Q1. He started lower down anyway. At least he's made it to Q2. Two Deckners. Slightly deep through the second part, but nicely recovered. Into the hairpin. Third gear, interestingly. See, I'm trying to figure out what gear really is the best with that hairpin. Because I've tried first and the rear end just spins up. I tried second. Second I feel is probably the best for me personally, because the third it just bogs down too much. Nice through the spoon curve. This is a decent lap from Devil Noob. End of the middle sector, the high 10, which was, I think if I remember rightly, Runner Red's lap was a 10.3 middle sector, so this is a high 27. This could be pretty decently. 27.6. Good lap from JD. Well, we'll see how that measures up, because of course everybody will probably go near enough 100%. Race Vision to 28s, it would be wanting to go a bit quicker than that. If you think 27s are going to be the way to go. 28.3. Moves of Ice Boy 28.3 as well. Yeah, I'm wrong. Maybe low 28s is we're looking at money to validate. Tech is 27.7. That should be good. Invade in the 28s matches Ice Boy and Grunty's time pretty much. The other Mercedes, so other Mercedes is Jengus, giving it to the right. 27.9. Done by Jengus. Who is the Romeo coming along? It's Just It Blaze still on the hard tyres, interestingly enough. Obviously very confident they can go through on the hard tyres, same as Evo. Tornado as well in the mediums. Confidence of your drivers, it's all about, you really need to have like a strong pace as well as a strong ego, because it's me. Obviously they're very confident, also very scary, considering, you know, they go much quicker if they put on the soft tyres. They also have a lot of soft tyres available for the race. Honey Biscuit coming onto the 130 yard, 11.6. which, if I remember rightly, he was that JD Devil Noob. I think he's slower than that. Just wants to get a lap on the board though. 28, 28.2. Got a little group going. Honey Biscuit down to Crazy Fish is 3/10. Can be sticking with one another. He's invalidated for Ryzen, just coming up through the edge of the S's. With the Dunlop curve. Yeah, I like this angle a little bit better than the Red Bull. I feel like the Red Bull is almost leaning down and he got caught there right on the exit curb. The car right in front of him who just about gets out the way. Kind of... That's Tornado actually, so he's messed up his first lap. Yeah, hard tyres for Q2 is... I mean, if Blaze and Evo can get through on hard tyres, I mean... Just take my hat off to them. I'm not even wearing a hat. Blaze is about to cross the line and goes... Not set the lap after he must have been invalidated. We'll keep an eye on Verizon. That's the chicane. First apex, of course the bollards are gone now. Nice on the second curb. Keep to the right. 28. Jeez, nearly touching the wall, but 28.8 for Verizon. Tornado's invalidated. Blaze is on the second lap. Evo is on an 11.5 in the middle sector, and that's pretty much matching what Muddy Biscuit did. So if Evo can hit the 27s, it's 28s. Joins the 28 free club on hard tyre. That is insane. They're the same hard tyres as well, because they don't get a fresh set. Because they used, like, for a lap in Q1. That's the same set of tyres. So we're talking about a second they can find. Also Blaze on 11.3, which is slightly quicker than what Evo's has done. Nice through the first and second sector. This is going to be a 27, isn't it? 27.9. Oh, goodness me. He's saying he's not making Q2. It's close, Invade, to be honest. It's going to be I think anybody between Muddy and Crazy Fish are not safe on a 28.3, because of course you've got Runner Red still to go, Breezy still to go, Tornado about to finish the lap. No, he's not! Got it on the curb. Okay, turn it around alright. There we go. And back in the bits. Yeah, Runner Red's just waiting for the moment. Alright, so first few runs, although Crazy Fish is improved by 2/10 in the first sector. A fresh set. Must be. Yeah, fresh set of softs to Crazy Fish going out. A little bit out of sync, I think. Can't tell how long's left because slow Alfa Romeo is exactly in front of Crazy Fish. It goes through the spoon curb. There he goes. So if Crazy Fish can get into the high 27s, it's 5 minutes left, by the way, so still time. Tornado's ditching the mediums. What's the point? There's only one Alpine here, isn't there? Ah, that's much better than Crazy Fish. 27.6. Fresh soft tyres. That should see him safely through to Q3. I'd imagine so. Right. So we've still got 3 drivers. Tornado, who is back out on the soft tyres now. Breezy and Runner Red. Evo's looking at the mediums. Techers thinks he's safe enough. 27.7, I would say so, probably. Let's see. So, yeah, I'll definitely say Muddy, Ice Boy, Grunty, Evo, although Evo's looking at the medium tyres to improve. It's scary to think, actually. You look at Drastic Blaze this time, you set on the hard tyres, and you think, yeah, that's probably safe. Got 4 minutes. Because of course, Runaved's got to not leave it too late. That's the thing, if you leave it to 1 lap, if you mess up that 1 lap, then you are starting much lower in the grid than you think you should. That precious. Like, I can never, like, very, very rarely leave it to just 1 lap done. Always try to give myself multiple goes, because, well, me and my corner cutting, basically. Right, so let's see what Tornado could do. So need to be in the 27s to be safe. Into turn 1, there's a car in front. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. Who is that AlphaTauri? I think that was Evo. Got right on the racing line in front of Tornado. Tornado's not going to be very happy about that at all. That was Evo, wasn't it? It was. So, imagine me not being a steward and cannot get into steward stuff. And imagine something sent in there. That was right on the racing line, right as Tornado turned in. He had to really get out of the way, sharpish. So it would hit that AlphaTauri. Right, so everybody from 6th downwards is now out on a lap. Top 5 feel they're safe. We've got Jengus and Drastic Blaze under 27.9. Feels they're safe. So Grunty's going to be the first one. His teammate, and that's 3 temps improvement from Grunty, so that's better. Currently on a 28.3, does not want to be eliminated through Q2. Drastic Blaze is done. Believes he's safe. Jengus, I think, is going out again. Yep, so Jengus, that's an interesting one. So Jengus, who is set a lap 3 thousandths slower than Blaze, does not think he's safe enough. Blaze believes that he is. Get a bit of a surprise here. Grunty's 4/10ths up, which would put him up to top 3, I reckon, if he can get this chicane right. First curb, second. Everybody nails their laps. Jeez, that was close. Oh, Ronnie goes ahead. Goes to 4th. Yeah, Drastic Blaze is now actually getting a little bit scared, because he believes he might have retired prematurely here. We'll keep an eye on it. So who's going to be next? It's the Aston of Muddy Biscuit, who is down on his lap, but he's got time to get round the lap again. So is it an Alpine next? It's the Alpine of Verizon. Blaze has only got 4/10ths to the rest of the field. And Verizon's 6/10ths up. The track is massively improved. With a chicane for Verizon, can he sneak himself into the top 10? Driving to the line and goes 5th. Blaze is dropping. You can't seriously think that Blaze is going to be knocked out of Q2. But every person is just sneaking ahead of him. Right, so who's next? Tornado goes up 27.4. Fastest of the session. Evo, who is currently out, is nearly half a second up, I think. Jengus Muddy, who's just gone up. Tornado! What's happening with Tornado? He's lost it. Tornado's out. Evo goes fastest on the 27.3. Immediately. Runner Red is gone. I completely missed it. I think Runner Red's missed the time. Well, Tornado's out. I think Tornado has just saved because Genghis never made it round. So Muddy Biscuit is the only one. Oh my god. Oh my goodness me. So Muddy is the only one that can remove Genghis Logan from the top 10. That would be top 9, I guess. And he doesn't. Goes 11th with A12, Breezy 13. So Runner Red never made the line and starts 14th. Tornado, it says his controller died. Of all the times to have a controller disconnect on you. Genghis never improved, but I don't think never felt the need to improve. So Drastic Blaze goes through by the skin of his teeth. Yeah, he would have been... Blaze would have been 10th. Because Tornado would have topped the session. Runner Red, I would assume, would have gone quicker. Wow. So, Evo tops the session on medium tyres, by the way. He has not set a lap on softs yet. Neither has Blaze. They've both gone through, but... That is very, very touch and go. Drama already in Q2. Unbelievable. Runner Red. What happened to Runner Red? He said he was leaving it to like the last... to when the track was good, but he left it far too late. And never made the line. Oof. I've never seen like someone go quicker than a second over the entire field and be out in Q2. That's our 14th. Well, that's going to be fun to watch. Runner Red from 14th. What an... Oh, quickly is he going to go through the field? Well, assuming he does. Fucking traffic. Oof. So Evo goes through. 27-3. Devil Noob second. Crazy Fish third. Iceboy and Techers, the two Williams, all for 5th. Grunty in 6th. Horizon in 7th. Blaze in 8th. And Genghis goes through as well. Tornado out. Muddy Biscuit in 11th. Fade 12th. Breezy 13th. And Runner Red 14th. Yeah, Runner Red's got to cook. Yeah, Horizon, you did a thing. You have made it in... Well, I say top 10. It's top 9. We're into the top 9. Whilst we wait for the start of Q3, I want to see if Muddy Biscuit will join me for a few words. If he's on. If he's even on this account. He's not even a friend to the comms account. I don't think he is. Recently played with, there we go. If he joins, I'll give him one invite, one chance to join. If we head Q3 underway. A little different. We want to have a word with obviously as many people as possible. It's up to him, of course. As Q3 is underway, it's going to be the Williams of Switch Techers to start Q3. So my money on is probably either Blaze or Evo, considering the tyres they use and considering what kind of pace they probably will have once they put on the softs, which they are now. We'll just have to really see who can edge out on top. Then it's anybody's game for third. Unless somebody can put out that 1 in a million lap. Really mix it onto the front row. Assuming Blaze and Evo can hook up the laps together, because this is where the pressure point comes. Top 10, well, top 9 in this case. final qualifying, one more set of tyres, or in other people's case, 3 sets of tyres. This is where the pressure comes now. Everybody out on the circuit as Tekka's through turn 1 hit the curb a little bit. Manages to keep the speed through turn 2, then S is turn 3, turn 4, up through turn 5. You're trying to keep it in 5th gear, not riding the curbs too much. You see the car is absolutely planted. That's what you want. Up through the Dunlop curve. See the car just turning in ever so sharply. Be down to 6th gear. What's he going to do at the hairpin? Stays in 3rd. Although I remember someone told me actually 3rd gear is the thing to be. If you're running medium traction, that is, or no traction, which a lot of these people in this division I think are running no traction, although there are people that want full traction. And look at that through the spoon curve. He was already on the throttle halfway through spoon and not lifting in 4th gear. That was really good. An 11.0 in the middle sector, which is decent. I think we're in the 10s in the middle sectors for those really at the top. This is a decent bank lap, I think, from Tekka's. So the line, 27.6. Pretty good. What's this teammate going to do? Iceboy Fox, 12.6 middle sector is not there, I think. Blaze is invalidated first lap. Lady Devil Noob is a 10.9 middle sector, so this is quicker than Tekka's. Over the hill, final corner, 27, only just by 6 thousandths ahead of Tekka's in the end. Let's see who crosses the line next. Crazy Fish, 27.8 from him. No place is invalidated. Who's that got? Oh, Iceboy Fox has lost it through the S's as Grunty goes 4th. Careful, Iceboy. There we go. Blaze is validated, so not again. Jengus. Now see what Jengus could do. Only just made this session just behind Blaze. That's right to possible. That's what you got to do. 27.3 from Jengus and the Mercedes. Goes quickest so far. As Verizon has dropped it near the start of the pit lane. He's back in. So Evo, one of the, I guess you could say, favourites for pole position based on Q1 and Q2. We've yet to see the raw pace of this AlphaTauri and the raw pace of Blaze in the Alfa Romeo, but let's see what they can do at 10.3 middle sector. That's, yeah, that's like 7 tenths quicker than what I've seen so far this session. Through the chicane. Here we go, this is going to be 26s maybe. 26.7 from Evo. What can Blaze respond? And he's got no ERS, or barely any ERS left, so this is not going to be challenging. There's a 10.9 middle sector, so first blood, I guess, goes to Evo. 26.7. And this puts pressure on our championship leader Blaze to respond. But Jengus is currently on the front row with JD Devil Noob 3rd, just ahead of Tekka's. Crazy Fish, Grunty, Iceboy Fox all set in laps there as well, but I think obviously Grunty and Iceboy, we weren't fresh tyres. Great lap there for Evo. I cannot remember. Can anybody remember in the chat what Runner Red did in Q1? It was a 26, wasn't it? But I can't remember what 26 was. Might have been a 5. At 5 minutes done. We'll wait for our second run of Q3. Ah, there's a Ferrari out already. It's Crazy Fish again. Crazy Fish seems to be doing this. 26.8. Okay, so Evo has gone quicker so far this qualifying. Thank you, Salty Bolsack. Crazy Fish doing it again. Going out of sync. Well, he wants the clear track, obviously. Horizon, if I get top 5, we'll be happy. Well, so what you can do, Horizon. You made it here, so no. See how high you can get. I would say I'd say anything higher than 6th is probably where you want to be. I'd say aim for that. 6th or higher. Maybe 7th, because 8th, 9th, and 10th, middle of the middle of this pack. I did get 3rd once somehow back on F121 in the Alpine. Well, there you go, in the Alpine again. It's fate. You will get 3rd again. Maybe tonight. Crazy Fish go very slow on his tyres. That's another thing as well. You guys doing qualifying for the rest of your races this week, don't take a lot out of your tyres on your outlap, because you want them really at your best. I mean, the softs in qualifying, there's a high tyre wear track. Bazooka. Let's see what Crazy Fish can do. 5th place at the moment. Would be happy, I would say, to be 3rd. Right, to turn 1. Nice. Allowing the car to draw. Oh, that was harsh, but fair for the track. Got the tiniest wobble in the curb at the end of turn 2, and that's all it took. Bit of validation for Grunty. Not Grunty, Crazy Fish. This is Grunty, who's just about to set another lap, and now we've also got Drastic Blaze, who is... Keep an eye. So we'll keep an eye on Blaze's sector times as Evo's now heading out the pit. Evo feels a 26.7 isn't fast enough. Well, got a little bit more than 26.7. That would be crazy. Trying to go for the S's. You need to. You saw that he kind of opened up that last part as he got up and over the hill. That's what you want to do. Nice through the 2 Degners. Under the bridge as well. Of course, those that are new to Suzuka, although to be honest, I think everyone's watching knows Formula 1, but those that don't know the track, this is the only figure of 8 circuit in Formula 1 currently. Not to say might get another one in the too distant future. Nicely through Spoon Curve. This is a very decent lap from Grunty, I think. Fresh tyres. 11.0 middle sector, 2 tenths up. I think he's kind of looking at trying to be ahead of Crazy Fish. Through the chicane. To be at 27.8 and goes 27.7. Just sneaks ahead of his former F2 rival as Drastic Blaze goes 27.3. 6 tenths slower than Evo. Oh well. But he's edged ahead of Genghis. He's on the front row at least, but 6 tenths to Evo. Maybe Evo has his number. I don't sound too surprised. It's still a very good lap from Blaze to get on the front row, but that's him done. Blaze has got no more because DRS is done. He's not going to get round again. So let's jump off to the others. Evo's about to set another lap as well. Verizon's about to start one. Is seconds to go, so we'll keep an eye on Crazy Fish, who will be the next driver, I think, to cross. Everyone else is on outlap, so I know whether Crazy Fish will make the lap, make another lap. And 10.9 middle sector, that's good. So Grunty is edged ahead of Crazy Fish. This is Crazy Fish's time to respond. We'll go a little bit higher actually. maybe up to 4th, possibly. Goes Crazy Fish. It goes to... Does it D go 4th? And the qualifying session is done. So, and Grunty has got no more. So Grunty will start 7th at best. I think it's done. There's Altaria Vivo is going to be next. Okay, Grunty 7th. Evo's going to get a lovely little slipstream from Alfa Romeo here. I don't know whether that was help or not. That seemed to be. But I don't even know. Who even was that? There was Why is Blaze giving Evo a slipstream? He's also 4/10 up, so this is going to be a stonking lap from Evo and goes 26.5. With a little help from his right. I don't believe I've ever seen that. Crazy. Right, so Tekers has invalidated. Verizon is going to do his only valid lap in Q3. Where is Verizon going to go? Goes 7th. There you go, Verizon. Ahead of Grunty and Ice Boy. P7, oh, just behind Tekers and Crazy Fish as well. Meanwhile, JD Devil Noob, I didn't even realise, has gone to 2nd. JD goes 2nd, so beats his teammate. Right on the last lap of qualifying, so JD knocks Blaze off the front row. Again, I'm trying not to sound too surprised here. Alright, so it's Evo on a 26.5. Fantastic pace from him, ahead of JD Devil Noob in 2nd. Blaze in 3rd, Jenga's 4th, Crazy Fish 5th, just ahead of Tekers, who is just ahead of Verizon 40 in P7, Grunty in 8th, and Ice Boy Fox will round out the top 9. Wow, half a second, well 6/10 basically, Evo has in the end. I couldn't invite him, Horizon, so kind of a bit stuck with Bubba John. I don't think he made it back, or he hasn't messaged me, but I don't think he's going to make it. Oh yeah, he's going to have his retired car. That's a problem. But there we go. There is the grid run through there. Grunty had a couple of attempts behind Crazy Fish in that little battle of the former F2 drivers, but again, Crazy Fish solid, qualifying 5th place. And Jengus. Blaze in the end was 7/10 slower than his rival Vivo. And it is dry but overcast. Clouds have come in for this race. Now let's see. I don't think I can get. Not sure how I'm going to do this here. Try and get Babajan back in, because as you can see, I don't have him on this list. It goes alphabetically as well. So unless somebody else in the lobby can, I believe I can. Right. Let's run through the grid fully. So Evo and JD on the front row. Blaze in 3rd with Jengus in 4th. 5th for Crazy Fish with Ipswich Tekers in 6th. Verizon in 7th with Grunty in 8th. Ice Boy Fox in 9th. Tornado obviously crashed in the end of Q2. Control disconnect. We'll start in 10th. Muddy Biscuit in 11th. With Invade in 12th. Breezy 13th. Runner Red 14th. Who obviously said that massive lap in Q1, which was a second quicker than anybody else. Right at the end of the session, of course. But never made the line to settle up in Q2, start 14th. He'll be fascinated to see what he can do from there. Max Stappen had, it's a weird place to have a crash, but I guess you can crash anywhere. 15th in the Alpine. And then Babajan never set a lap in 16th, and I'm unsure if he's going to make the grid. Because I can't invite him in any way, so... A few different tyre selections going on at the moment. A few on hards, a few on mediums, a few on softs. And this is the thing as well, because obviously these drivers will do the research on strategy and so on, but until we get to like the latter races of the week, we kind of don't really know, although we did have races on last season on this game, like the tyre strategy and everything. Was this one of the tracks that we didn't race on last season? Yeah, you see Horizon in the chat say he has no idea what the strategy is. So, I don't even know. I do not even know. I would suggest, like, probably medium-hard, to be honest. Or hard-medium. I don't imagine the softs would be very good. I don't even think the softs are good at any track on this game anymore, apart from, like, the short ones. Maybe Austria. It's good to have him, but here we go. We are ready to run through... do I need to run through the grid again? Well, we're going to go through the tyres anyway. Now, the good thing is that Babajan's car is going to be ghosting. So, hopefully, that wouldn't cause a problem. But Max Verstappen, at the back, started on the hard tyres, interestingly. Yes, I would say it's probably the way to go from the back. Runner Red, interestingly, soft tyres for him. Want to make positions as much as possible. Breezy as well, 13th. Invade on the mediums, as is Muddy Biscuit, 12th and 11th. Tornado on the hard tyres, for him in 10th in the McLaren. 9th is Ice Boy on the mediums. Then you have Grunty and Verizon both on the softs. Obviously wants to make progress. Pekka's 6th in the Williams. Crazy Fish 5th and the Ferrari, both on hard tyres. Then Jengus on the mediums in 4th. And then the top 3. Blaze and Evo on hard tyres, but interestingly between them, JD Devil Noob on the soft tyres. So JD, from the get-go, will need to have the lead and scamper off into the distance to get as much as gap as possible ahead of these two and hope these two start fighting. This is going to be very interesting with the whole tyre compounds as well, because down into turn 1, it's a difficult turn 1 and 2 on the first lap. It's very narrow, you're turning and braking at the same time. And then you got the S's immediately afterwards. With people on different tyres, this could be an interesting first lap, to say the least. 27 laps around Suzuka. I believe it's Imola next. It'll be even more fun. Let's see what the top division can do. As I said, for strategy purposes, JD Devil Noob has to be leading. If not at the end of the first corner, at the end of the first lap minimum. Goes in the soft tyres to be very, very aggressive here. In fact, everybody on the softs need to make progress. The Verizon and Grunty there also. Breezy, Runner Red. What is Runner Red going to do? The pace that he has, starting on 14th. Here we go. Ready for 5 red lights. We've got a fantastic camera angle here. Look at JD Devil Noob pointing his car directly at the AlphaTauri. Look at the angle he's got on this. So here we go. Runner Red at the back. Unfortunately, didn't line up correctly. But here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out of the way. We go. Can JD Devil Noob get the start that he wants? Runner Red right up on the inside, nearly on the pit lane as we go 3 wide. And JD Devil Noob does take the lead, I think. Run on the inside. He's got to get it, and he does. He does indeed, and we're all through safely, I think. I was looking at the back, Iceboy Fox and Tornado getting a little bit sideways, I think, as we go for the S's for the first time. JD Devil Noob in the lead. Runner Red's up 6 places. He's absolutely flying on those soft tyres. Already looking at Ipswich Deckers. Already got by Grunty as well. Breezy has also made a few positions. Let's bring Bring it back to the tyres as Verizon's all over the back. Oh, the Ferrari Crazy Fish had dived it on the hairpin. Bit of a knock. But nice move there from Verizon. He, of course, needs to make progress on those soft tyres. He's got ahead of Crazy Fish, which is very important. Runner Red has got by Techers beyond the trees. Goes a little bit wide, though. Oh, and a little bit sideways. And now Techers is struggling a little bit. A big slide for Runner Red right in front of Techers. I don't think Evo could have done anything. Look at Runner Red, absolutely flying. He's on the inside. 2 cars maybe. Oh, he's got Crazy Fish, and it's all over the back of Verizon now. Verizon is almost a sitting duck here. Look at the speed. That's insane. As a Crazy Fish is looking the inside of Verizon. Verizon gets caught in the curves. Oh, that was going to get close. But look at Runner Red. He's already up to 5th. It's like watching Max Verstappen in real life. You know, if he starts like mid-pack, he's like, oh yeah, he's still going to win. Not saying he could win yet, Runner Red, but looking very strong. Got 4 close together. As Invade and Firefox, Iceboy Fox are both in the pits. Obviously made some, got some damage, and that's a real shame for Invade and Iceboy. As Breezy, oh, what's happened here? Breezy and Techers. Techers has had a bit of a slip, I think. So Techers slipping down a little bit more. Cannot get to grips with something. Remember he had that moment with Runner Red. Techers is down. Let's have the position changes. Runner Red up 9 positions. Breezy up 4. We're starting to spread just that little bit. Grunty is all over the back of Crazy Fish. Very different tyres for these two. As Muddy and Breezy are going side by side through the chicane. He got caught in the curbs. The interval sorts itself out. Yes, it does. Grunty's got by Crazy Fish, and then Muddy's looking on the inside of the AlphaTauri. No, and Breezy's got caught in the curb on the outside. Oh, that's all it takes. This track bites, and always. Look, he's just got ahead of Techers. Just tried to give Muddy Biscuit a little bit of room. And fortunately got caught there. But look at Runner Red, he's already up to the top 4. Who is being led. Yellow flag as well going through. But JD Devil Noob has the lead, but he is not pulling away too much from Evo in 2nd. Blaze is up to 3rd. Jengus in 4th. Runner Red in 5th. Rising holding a solid 6th place there. But Grunty has managed to get ahead of Crazy Fish. Crazy Fish wouldn't mind because he's on those hard tyres. Just need to stay with the pack, really. See. Oh, burning the ERS. Runner Red's going for the outside move on Jengus. And Jengus almost kind of let him go, to be honest. Jengus, though, on the mediums, so he doesn't really need to fight it. But Runner Red is absolutely carving through this field. Already in touch with the leaders. It's absolutely insane pace. Look, he's already right behind now Drastic Blaze. I wonder what Drastic Blaze is going to do. But it's all about strategy. Obviously, Runner Red's making the gains now, but 2 ahead of him. The harder tyres. Obviously, they'll get their pace back once they go onto the faster compound. As long as Jengus is able to keep in touch, that'll be good. Ryzen now slowly being caught by Grunty as well. We slowly settle down. Little battle here as Tornado got caught. The curb on the outside, Max Verstappen looking at the back of Muddy Biscuit as well. Need to keep an eye on the leaders as much as I want to look further down. Look how close these 4 are. Evo might be able to get on the back of JD. slipstream is either going to have a look on the back of JD, maybe in the chicane. JD not giving him the room at all. You could see Evo was trying to find the space. Red getting very loose on the last corner. DRS open. Lovely camera shot. Here goes Evo around the outside of turn 1. Well, before they reach turn 1. That's how strong the DRS is. Evo takes the lead. And now this is going to be slightly awkward. You could already see this. This is what I was saying about the soft tyres. They work for... Yeah, and JD, is this going to work for him? Or both of them? It does. But Runner Red is not going to be too happy about that. JD allows his team... That was definitely allowed through. And now it's going to act as a somewhat barrier, or at least he hoped he was. Here comes the ERS from Runner Red. He's having none of it. Up the inside. Oh, JD squeezing. Closing the door. Oh, it's getting tense. Runner Red definitely had the run. That's not a pun. It's clearly not. He definitely had a go up on the inside, did Runner Red. The definite close of the door. All these fight, Jengus is allowed to come back into this as well, so look at the top two, they're already 2 seconds ahead of third place, pushing each other, both on the hard tyres. Trusted Blaze might even have a run on either, now might be too far back actually. As Runner Red is going to look up on the inside surely, on the outside of JD, and JD couldn't really do much. Trying to defend on the inside, but Runner Red is through into third place now. He can start chasing up for the top two. Grunty, meanwhile, also has got by Horizon. So a few drivers struggling on those soft tyres. I think they last for about 4 or 5 laps, like ultimately, but then as soon as you get to like lap 6 onwards, start going down a little bit. As Runner Red, I think, made a little mistake. And JD is back in front of him. All of this is just allowing the top two to have a bit of a breather. Runner Red must be absolutely frustrated as Tornado, I think, has had a bit of a spin past the Degners. And Breezy as well. A few drivers not having a good time of things. Yeah, so Breezy right at the back is having troubles. Already on lap 6. So really quickly. Look at the ERS on JD, it's very, very low. He's going to defend heavily on the inside. Surely if Runner Red can get a good run off the back. Look at the ERS is already blinking for JD. You can see what he's doing. He's allowing his teammate just to have a full go on Evo. As Crazy Fish has managed to squeeze ahead of Horizon. And looking on the other side of Grunty as well. That was always going to squeeze down, but here comes Horizon. Back on the outside. Oh, they're giving each other a bit of touch of tyres. Good racing. Tornado, meanwhile, is out. And Horizon has managed to... Well, I was going to say barge, but that was actually really good racing between the two. A tough pass on Horizon. Back ahead. Tornado, meanwhile, has retired from the race on lap 7. He did seem to be struggling a little bit. It's a real shame for Tornado because he had showed some pretty decent pace tonight. Now look at this train. This is pretty much a train, I think. You just about see the Ferrari if they all go out the spin curve. There's the Ferrari of Crazy Fish down in 8th place. This is a train from 3rd down to 8th. And Runner Red is getting really frustrated, I think. Behind. Oh, that's off the track and on the curb. Oh. But apart from that, close the door, I would say, oh, massive slide. Come on, JD. Nearly lost it into the pit lane wall. Surely this is Runner Red's chance. And he does. Take third place as Blaze gets ahead of Eva. I missed the lead overtake from Blaze. Meanwhile, Blaze has taken the lead. Once again with these two. Oh, look at the dirty air. On board of Eva got a heavy lot of understeer. I wonder now if Runner Red can finalise this battle. Can he finally start looking at the top two? Strategy may start coming into play. All those drivers on the soft tyres. Runner Red, JD, they'd be battling really hard. Grunty, Verizon, Crazy Fish still in there as well. Although for Crazy Fish, this is actually pretty good. He's keeping up with these. On the hard tyres, that's what you've got to do on these compounds. Just keep with the group at the front. Maintain your pace. Evo is sticking to the back of Blaze as Fox has lost it at the end of the S's, and that's a safety car. Iceboy Fox is out on the spot, right at the top of the S's, and that is a safety car. That is going to change quite a lot because I think you could take hards to the end from here. So those aren't on the hard tyres. It's a great advantage. I don't know whether mediums can. Blaze is in. Evo's in. Actually, yeah, everyone's in. Everyone is in. Oh, slow it down. Oh, Verizon running outside. Crazy was sped in the pit lane. Grunty had to slow for the Mercedes. This is going to be muddled up. Muddled. It did manage to make the jump. Yeah, you did. What's going on? So Verizon jumped Grunty, ran the outside of the pit lane entrance. Insane. Yeah. The wiggle of approval. Love it. Well, Crazy Fish had a speeding in the pit lane. So maybe mediums and hards can go to the end. Slow it down. Everyone, there we go. Right. Everyone gonna pit. It brings Breezy, Invade, Max Stapper and Muddy Biscuit back into it, which is good for them. Everybody gets reset. Two leaders. Now that in the end was a vital overtake from Just Blaze on Evo just before the safety car was called. Now we need to know, chat. Lap 9 out of 27. I know pretty much hard tyres can make it, but can mediums make it to the end? If they can, it's going to be very difficult for Runner Red to keep up with the two in front of him. Likewise, Verizon is looking good. If placed on the medium tyres, needs to get ahead of Genghis quickly, I think. Let's see. Mediums to the end. Be interesting. Gonna need another stop for mediums, late softs. Okay. What about hard tyres, Aaron? Because if that's the case, if Aaron is correct, posted to... who are you talking about, Alfred? That camera angle was interesting. I also feel torture, but I think will last. So maybe we do have another pit stop. Alright then, so it's the complete opposite. Assuming Aaron is correct. As Crazy Fish is in. That's clever from Crazy Fish, actually. That gets rid of his penalty that he has. Gonna change tyres. Assume so. No, back on the set. Another set of mediums, I'd imagine. But yeah, that's very clever from Crazy Fish, because loses a few positions, but at least get that penalty out. 7 laps on hards, 27%. So you got 17 laps. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you mean by that. Right. So everyone knows those on hard tyres, they're going to look after them. They can get to the end, but they will be horrifically slow and not that great towards the end. So it's 7 laps. There'll be 54% after 14. So by the end of the race, there'll be about 60, maybe pushing towards 70%. An interesting one. I would rather be on the medium tires. I would say, go aggressive all the time. Instead, if you're on hard tires towards the end, then you have to really make them last. So that's Red, Genghis, Grunty, JD, Bloody Biscuit, Breezy as well. Happens. Assume safety car will be on this lap, so let's see what goes on with this. In a decent race so far. Drama plenty. Hard but fair racing, I would say. Not been anything malicious. In my opinion anyway. Right, safety car in this lap. So, the space everybody. Let's see what happens with this race. We have 14 viewers so far. Just under halfway of this race. When is Blaze going to go? I'd imagine probably on the exit the chicane. Bunches everybody up. Hopefully everybody can keep the space. They go through, looks like so, and Blaze is gone on the exit of the chicane, and we're back racing once again. So these two are going to have to pull away from Runner Red as quickly as possible. As I was looking at Tekkas because I thought he had a run on the back of JD. So those are the mediums. They've got to make positions from where they are at. As Invade was looking at the back of Breezy. You got Crazy Fish back here as well. They're both trying to get by the Ghost Car. The Ghost Car should be fine. Who's that in front? That's Muddy Biscuit and Breezy. Oh, and there's a Max Stappen in the way as well, the Alpine. It's all getting a little bit claustrophobic as Invade and this is for the end of the field as Invade and Crazy Fish. This is hard racing, isn't it? Invade taps the back of Buddy. Crazy Fish trying to go on the outside, looking at it. Meanwhile at the front, top 3 are pulling away. Runner Red is sticking with Evo and Blaze. Dropping Genghis a little bit. I'm just fascinated at this. Invade and Muddy. Both very good friends, I think. Of course, they do a lot for the league as well, do both these two, so they must know each other very well. I need to go back to the front, I'm sorry, because Evo is about to take back the lead over Blaze. DRS down the main straight. Verizon's done the same on Genghis, so Verizon's pushing on. This could be a solid points haul for Verizon if you can keep up with the top 2 and kind of match what they do. Again though, if you make another stop, you're going to have to make the overtakes at the end of the race. This was a 3-second time penalty. And Runner Red is not being dropped by the top 2, even though it's on hard tyres. It's really insane pace from this Red Bull. Got held up by JD on that first stint, but now Blaze does not have his teammate as a buffer. Almost like, what can you do here? And speaking of JD, he's got a good run on Grunty. Oh, contact. Oh, there's a spin. He spun Grunty right in front of him. That was fun, I guess. As Tekkas is about to get by. But Grunty, that's a real shame for Grunty. Looking pretty good on those hard tyres. He's not going to be happy at all. Go back to the leaders. Looked to me that JD had the inside, but was he fully on onside? I should have been on board with that, to be honest. Rather than having the outside view, but it's hard to say. That's a 50-50, I think. Like, one would say something and one would say the other. Breezy's retired in the pits on lap 13. Just about halfway now, just well, a lap away from halfway. Horizon's pushing ahead of Genghis. Horizon's looking pretty good here. He's looking good for some points. Let's see what happens in terms of how big are points. Crazy Fish is now looking at the back and Invade as they've got rid of Muddy Biscuit. They dropped Muddy Biscuit completely. Aston Martin struggling for points. Obviously, Babajar never made the race. Muddy Biscuit is struggling tonight by the looks of it with pace. As the front three keep being so close. It was these three in Monza that almost stole the show with how close they were. And they're doing it again. He's looking for the outside. Either defending on the inside. Rudderhead just kind of watching at the moment. Be very much content to keep with this. He's not really using ERS, but here comes Blaze to the inside and takes the lead back. Slipstream on Eva on the front straight. Again, just keeping with him. Tekka's, meanwhile, right behind Genghis. Tekka's is kind of the same as Verizon's on those medium tyres. Wants to kind of make as many gains as possible. Aiden Crazyfish still at it. AD's still there after that incident with McLaren. Maybe that'll get sorted out, but it looked a bit odd. Well, that's a good run after the second egg there for Tekka's, surely. But Genghis saw it, but went very deep into the hairpin. There's a bit of a slide. And surely, this is Tekka's around the outside, using the ERS and through. Oof. You can see what Genghis was trying to do, defending on the inside, but he ran too deep into the hairpin. Tekka's nearly got caught in the curb, and this has brought JD back into this. Keep an eye on that, but Eva, I think, might have another run at the end of the chicane, or like, might be looking on the inside of the chicane. Dropped a little bit, but they seem to be fighting between each other. Big wobble from Blaze. As JD Devil Noob is going to get by Genghis, and again, like the lap previously, Evo Slipstream's ahead. Genghis fights back against JD now. So one is a popular overtaking zone with that DRS. Aiden Crazyfish still having a little good battle here. 9th and 10th. Grunty's got by Muddy. Muddy is really struggling tonight with this pace. Yep, damage. Oh, he does. He does have damage. That actually explains a little bit more. So, just shame for Muddy, just trying to get a couple of points out tonight. We are just gone halfway now. And by the sounds of it, top two need to pit again. You question of whether Rudder Red needs to pit. At the moment, the closest rival to him if he doesn't pit is Genghis, who is 6 seconds down the road. And he's just content just to stay with these top two who are burning ERS and fighting each other. Made his way through the field for 14th on the grid. Remember, he's a reserve driver. Doesn't even have any affiliate to a team. But to be honest, that's just going to be a matter of time. And Blaze, once again, is going to DRS this time on the inside. It's almost like they're trying to help each other with the Slipstream and DRS, but they just cannot shake that Red Bull. Horizon still 1.3 seconds ahead of Tekka's. It cannot really shake off the Mercedes of Genghis. Nice on the hard tyres. Max Verstappen is caught up to the back of JD. Maybe JD did suffer damage. Oh, he's got out of the way, JD. Oh. He doesn't want to fight it, but that was definitely a a yeet to the side. Happened is very crazy. Fish is kind of slowly getting back into the leaders. Evade as well. I don't know whether Grunty received damage from that spin he had. He seems to be struggling here as the leaders once again. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, Genghis. Genghis has lost it. Edge of the spoon curve. That's a bit of a surprise as well. Going to fall to the back of the field. Also got caught on the curb on the left-hand side. As Blaze stays ahead. And Runavid, I do think, if he uses his ERS, he can actually overtake these two, but he really doesn't need to. Still there. Just hanging back. Again, now you can see with this circuit, one mistake and you're tumbling through because it's just one corner after the other. Horizon in a solid 4th place at the moment. It's 5th. Max Verstappen up to 6th now, Crazy for 7th. JD, I don't know what's going on with JD, but he seems to be letting everybody go through. Maybe he feels aggrieved, maybe he's waiting for Grunty to come up. Possibly. Grunty is there, so he's the next car, so we'll see what happens there, but it does seem to be not running 100% anyway. And once again, going to cross the lap for lap 18. Oh, that's a big wobble for Blaze. And we've seen a few drivers do that on that final corner. It does seem to be a bit troublesome. Remember a couple of games ago, there used to be a stupidly irritating bump on the pit lane entrance. Thankfully, they've removed it. As soon as you got into the power at the last corner, there was this like bump in the road, which isn't there in real life. It used to always frustrate me as well. Even retired there because of it. Yeah, and I do think the win is up to debate between these three. As JD gets a time penalty. I think falling away. I really don't know. Maybe it is. Because Grunty's come up to him. He does let Grunty through. It'd be interesting to see if he does go up to 100%, but there definitely seems to be something wrong there. Yeah, front three are pulled away. 6 seconds out of Horizon, who at this point is just really content for some good points haul. At Techers. Techers does have a penalty with Max Verstappen. Rachel Fisher and Vade. So really, interesting as Blaze is now in. So, has he gone to the soft tyres, which he will have a fresh set. Oh, JD has wing damage. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Yes, that also would make more sense with the incident he had with the McLaren of Grunty. Oh, from the shot with Genghis. Oh. Contact him, must make contact there, as Blaze has come out in the mediums. Maybe obviously not confident on the soft tyres as of yet. Yeah, my other question would be, why didn't he... Oh, he's had another... I think he got a bit of a headbutt for Grunty there. Okay. Well, my question would be, if he does have wing damage, why hasn't he pitted yet? Is my fault. Because if he's just losing time, rather just come into the pits and just like get that wing damage out the way, unless he thought he could manage it. Guess there is that. Blaze has come out fresh medium tyres. Be interested to see what Evo does now. I think really, to be honest, Evo's got to go to a set of softs and just come back through the field, because at the moment Runner Red is just looking really strong for this victory. Horizon's in. Just stays out for a little bit. Max Verstappen stays out, as no, Veg goes in. Blaze will be back up to Invade. Invade speeding in the pit lane. What you want to do? That's going to drop it down. Invade does go to the soft tyres. 7 laps. Yeah, probably. Probably will be fine. Let's see what he can recover for. As Crazy Fish now gets a move on Genghis. Crazy Fish have obviously pitted, and Genghis trying to go to the end. Genghis will be just ahead of his teammate. He'll be flying off the back of him on the softs. I am rather curious of why Blaze has gone to mediums. I mean, that's probably the safest option at this point. Evo must be going to the soft tyres and trying to go back through the field. Because if he pits now for mediums, he's going to be behind Blaze. Blaze has got that massive undercut. He pits now. No. One lap. Yeah, Runner Red has just stayed in that DRS. Right, so Tekers is in. Slow it down, slow it down. Oh, he oh, virtual seat. Is that a virtual seat? Please don't tell me that was for him. Oh. Well, also, has Tekers lost his front wing? Oh no! That's not intention. No, that can't be intentional. Horizon goes back through. So, he locked up, trying to slow the car down, and he's lost his entire front wing, and the game has not fixed it. How is... Oh, it's the virtual safety car. Horizon's stayed in 4th. Blaze... I don't know if Blaze is going to be okay with this. Oh, JD's been in the pit. The JD's done. So... That's a shame for JD. Was really good at the start. Session, no points for him tonight. So actually, this makes Runner Red's life now even more easier. Oh, Tekers drive through. Tekers drive through speeding. Oh, it just gets some worse. Oh, that's much worse. Because now, oh, now he's got no front wing, and he's got to drive... Oh my god. I mean, if it could go wrong, in many ways, because he's got to drive through, he's got to serve that drive through, he's still trying to fight. Max Verstappen's moved to the 5th, Crazy Fish to the 6th. But, because of the drive through, it's going to make him serve that drive through, and he's got to go through another lap with no front wing before he can be able to fix it. Yeah, just the Jedi said, just park it up, son. Yeah. Yes, no. I mean, it could have been another safety car like almost immediately, but... Right, lap 22. And it's now starting to get to the point, so... Everyone else has made 2 stops. Crazy Fish has made 3. They're all on tyres to go to the end. These two, Runner Red and Evo. Now, Runner Red is definitely trying to get to the end of this race, and I'm pretty sure he'll be able to do that, although his tyres will be horrible. Evo, I'm pretty sure needs to pit again. Blaze is 15 seconds down the road in a comfortable... He's not under no threat for Verizon, who's looking very good in fourth, although he's got his teammate on softs, trying to close him down. Evo doesn't pit. Is Evo trying to get to the end? On these medium tyres, they look absolutely horrible. But if he's able to do it, that must be the only reason. He's going to try and get to the end. And they don't, I mean, look at the understeer, they don't look brilliant. If he can do it, because if he pits now, he's going to be behind Blaze. Even on soft tyres, that might be a stretch to then come back. Only got 15 seconds. Just over. Maybe he's thinking, maybe this is the only way to beat Blaze and even beat Runner Red. Because Runner Red, again, Blaze is not catching Runner Red that quickly enough at all. We have a raid. AD is raiding. Yay. Thanks, JD. I guess. I don't even know if that's a good thing or not. Right, that's 23. Now, surely Evo's not going to pit now. It's far too late, so now... Is he going to be able to get to this? Yeah, I'm really sorry, JD. Had really good pace in the first one. Yeah, that's all you got to keep. You had pace today. So you got to keep hold of. Right, so lap 24. So Evo is leading. Runner Red behind. They did not pit under that safety car. Blaze in third is very quickly now catching these two, but it's 13 seconds. Surely you can't catch them now. With 3 laps to go. You have to go like 4 seconds a lap quicker. Verizon is fourth, 2 seconds ahead of his teammate Stappen, who's on that soft tyres and slowly catching him. Crazy Fish in a solid 6th place despite everything, I think, because he was towards the rear end of the field at one point, I think. Invade, how much penalties does Invade have? 5 seconds. Got 7th lockdown, I think. 20 and 8th, Genghis 9th, and Muddy, despite having some real troubles tonight, is looking for a point as it stands, unless we get some very late drama. Could be Evo. Look at the run that Runner Red has. This must be the tactic of Evo now. He's thinking the only way I can get the win of this race is staying out on stupidly worn tyres. But here comes the EOS of Runner Red. This goes to the move. Randy outside of turn 1. And really, Evo, I don't think, had much to fight with those tyres. And Runner Red takes the lead of the race on 14th on the grid. It's taken him 25 laps. 14th on the grid. He's done it Max Verstappen style. Take the lead of the race. Yellow flag. Genghis, no! Genghis is gone. Oh, no. He made the same mistake as earlier. This time he's in the wall. And no safety car. Because we've just gone by the lap. We're too late for one, which in a way is a shame. Could have had a lap of a safety car. Look at the run that Evo got for some... I think both their tyres are screaming, but for some reason Evo's is better. Evo looking back for the lead. Both of their tyres must be absolute... I mean, Evo, I had no idea how Evo's doing this. They look horrible. It's debris all over them. As it's not going to go round 130R, surely. But Runner Red is almost slowing down to let Evo go through, so you're going to have DRS down the main straight. Oh, this is tactical. Very tense, good slipstream from Evo. It's going to slipstream his way. ERS as well. At 26. Blaze must be thinking at this point, what else could he do? I was sure that Evo would need to pit. Carrying on. I hope, for Evo's sake, he doesn't get a puncher. Commentator's curse and all that. Puncher would really drop him down. Meanwhile, we're going to have a battle between the Alpines as well, because Max Verstappen is caught right up the Verizon. Gonna got red fuel issues. No, he's fine. Fine by the looks of it. He's so slow then. Toying? I think he might be toying Orphan, to be honest. I just realised actually that Orphan is a Red Bull driver, as run red, and again! Orphan's cheering on a fellow Red Bull driver in the chat. As Runnerhead's going to have the slipstream on the main straight. Was he going to look down the outside actually into the chicane? Evo's defending for it. Both going side by side. Oh! Contact, and Evo managed to stay ahead, but surely with the slipstream. Trying to pull ahead. He actually got DRS. Evo got the DRS. That might be the crucial thing here. As Runnerhead's hit the curb. Saved it. But falls half a second behind. So he's now got to push on this last lap. Meanwhile, the two Alpines are going for it. Verizon defending on Max Verstappen. Remember, Max Verstappen is a reserve driver. He's surely going to take away 4th place from Verizon, who's had a fantastic race, I've got to say. Very solid drive. Who's going to take this win here? Often you're right, you know. Oh, they're both on red fuel. They're both burning the ERS. They're both pushing. Can Evo hold on? One final time through this chicane. Got more ERS. Much more burning it. I think he's got it. I think Evo, the slight mistakes that Runner Red have made on this lap has cost him. That sneaky bit of DRS that he got on that chicane as well on the previous lap means that he comes around to the final corner and Evo, SLR Evo, wins the race in Japan. 6/10 ahead of Runner Red in second. From 14th to second, what a fantastic drive from Runner Red. Blaze did pit in the end and is probably surprised to end up third. But Verizon is side by side with his teammate Max Verstappen, manages to hold him off. So Verizon is going to come home a very solid 4th place out of his teammate. Fantastic points for Alpine, which I'm very pleased about. Crazy Fish comes home a decent 6th. Evade 7th. I think will stay ahead of Grunty. Will he stay ahead of Grunty with that penalty? Yes, he does. Money Biscuit is going to get 2 points and 9th place for the Aston Martin. Well, what a race in the end. It built and it built all up. Again, I was sure that Evo was going to pit towards the end. I think Jurassic Blaze and everybody else watching. Yeah, totally agree with everyone in the chat there. Really good battling between the two. Mind games aplenty, and it was that DRS that Evo caught on the last chicane. Managed to pull himself away from Runner Red, and then those mistakes from Runner Red in turn 1 and the end of the spoon curve is all Evo needed to take, I believe, his first win of the season ahead of Blaze, and more importantly, closes in a little bit on Blaze in the early championship battle. These three, they're pushing each other all the way. They're 13 seconds ahead of Horizon, who finishes a solid 4th. So 4th and 5th for the Alpine, 22 points. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for that. Lazyfish 6th, Invade 7th, Grunty 8th, Money Biscuit 9th. Don't think Bubba John is going to get the point because his AI drove it. Also is a lap down as well. Jenga's had that spin at spoon curve towards the end. Tekka's, didn't see what Tekka's happened with him. I know he retired because of the drive through and a front wing loss in the pit lane. Yeah, JD Devil, New Breezy, Ice Boy, and then Tornado. Fortunately, not finishing. Suddenly shut up the 28 viewers. Probably because of the raid. Right, so people join the party. Verizon can join actually, I think. Because of the fact I can't fight Runner Red. Verizon, if you can hear me in the chat, please join. Need more than one. Invited Blaze, I don't think I don't know where he is. I can't. I know Horizon doesn't have a mic. Okay. Who else do we speak to? I'm kind of afraid to speak to Grunty after what he had at Spoon Curve. It's okay. We'll shall we say had an incident? Well, yeah, we'll stick with Evo. Yeah. Where's your car? Where's your car? I need to go to this. Right, start off with this. Include your audio, please, Evo.
Yep, I've done.
All right.
Even tell everyone on the stream.
All right. Make 2B2 feeling every. Go on and call. Let's go. Funny outside. JD, I'd rather stay out of it. It's definitely something the stewards would need to look at because I didn't get the best angle on the outside. So, anyway, well done to you, Evo. First question I've got to ask you is, how were those tyres at the end? Because I was pretty sure you should have pitted.
Those tyres at the end were sketchy. The highest was 68.
Oh, so puncher territory then.
Yeah, very close to being. But fair play, GG to Blaze and Runner Red. Like them two had some amazing pace, especially Runner Red on them hards, keeping up with us.
Yeah. Yeah, Runner Red was on fire pretty much that race. From 14th on the grid, he just cut through the field in the first stint.
Yeah, I think it was like P5, I think, after like second or third lap, what was it?
Yeah, something like that. So obviously, go to the start. Oh, actually, we'll start with qualifying first off. Fantastic lap of qualifying in the 27s. I think it was 6/10 in the end in Q3. How do you feel about that lap? Looked pretty good.
Yeah, 26s in Q3. I actually lost 2/10 in the final chicane as well. So I still had a bit of time. Other than that, it
could have been quicker. Great.
Yeah, but that was literally the perfect lap, and Blaze even gave me a toe on the back straight as well. So
I noticed that. I was confused. You two meant to be rivals, and he's giving you slipstream.
I'm not entirely sure why, but I know he didn't have the best of qualifiers in Q3. So and he just cemented his place of like second or third. It just gave me a helping toe of just bagging pole. So, yeah, and also sorry for Tornado as well. I didn't mean to get in the way. but I'll take the penalty when
I
it
did
does.
see that as well. I did
So
see that. Now you reminded me.
yeah, I didn't even look at the mini map, so I'll take the penalty.
Mhm.
It's fine.
But that's good of you. Obviously, fun start. You had JD Devil Noob right there on the soft tyres. Obviously, I guess he didn't mind that he took the lead because you're on the hard tyres, your strategy. And then obviously it kind of ended up being a similar battle that we've had at the start of this season. You and Blaze, you've now got Runner Red coming into this. I'm almost getting a feel um, that, obviously, no offense to everybody else providing the entertainment here in this division, but in terms of the wins at the moment, you two have started off really. Now you three, because you've got Runner Red coming in, started off really well with you and Blaze. Dare I say, could this be a battle between you two? I mean, it's a long way to go, long way to go,
It,
and they've got so many other drivers here. But
yeah, it is a long way to go, and but yeah, just we're just taking the races as they come each time. So, but it's nice to actually have a championship rival fight. So yeah, and also as well, GG to Devil for that lap in qualifying to get P2.
mhm,
Smart move as well, starting on the softs. But he obviously got the jump, and yeah, like both me and Blaze, we were like, right, well, we'll just use him to like push, like drag us along for the first lap or two, just until the
mhm.
softs start wearing out, and then as soon as we got past Devil, we were just working together really, just to like try and control and build the gap. And then that safety car came out, and both of us like we were like head in our hands because we knew it was perfect time for the soft runners to go over to the hards and comfortably make it to the race.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was definitely touch and go. Like both me and Blaze were like talking when we could, like about how our tires were feeling. And that's when Blaze hit it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go all out. So, and I'm glad that I did.
Yeah,
And that was a really fun battle
yeah, with
for
you
the
and Runner
two of them.
Red.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I noticed like the key moments in that actually came down to the penultimate lap with the chicane. You managed to
yeah,
get you were side by side going into the chicane, and you managed to get the DRS. I
yeah,
I think it might be fair to say that if it was the other way around and Runner Red had got the DRS, that might have done it. But um,
yeah. It's
yeah,
it was a
he made
difficult
it.
one to. Sorry, it was a difficult one to like to call because obviously Runner Reds overtook me on lap 20, start lap 25, I think it was, and
Mhm.
I was kind of comfortably able to like follow him relatively closely, or at least closer than he could follow me, or they could follow me. So I kind of knew from there that I was like, right, well, if I can get the DRS going on to the last lap, then I could be. I know I can pull like a tenth or so gap in the first sector. So and then like I had so I got the stream open as well. So I had a quick look down coming out of the hairpin and seen that he was on less ERS than me, and I was like,
Mm.
I've got a real good chance here. If I dump everything or dump a lot after spoon, I I can just take it a little bit more cautious into the chicane, and it worked out. So
Yeah,
as I said, I hope you guys enjoyed the entertainment from front and back, like front and the rest of the field.
yeah,
Uh,
it was good entertainment all throughout. To be honest, really good racing, tough but fair at times as well. So yeah, it was a good watch. That's your first win of the season, isn't it?
Second.
When was your first one?
First one was Vegas when Blaze crashed out.
Oh, was that the sprint race? Because
No, the
May.
feature.
oh, the sprint race is the ones I. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, sprint race I
Um,
finished P2 behind Blaze, and then
Yeah.
the feature I won.
Cool. So obviously with this result here, obviously kind of read in between. You gained a little bit on Blaze in the championship. Next track I believe is Imola, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Sweet. So yeah, very interesting track, Imola. Tight, twisty, apart from obviously that main straight. What's your thoughts around Imola for our next week?
I love the track to like watch racing on. Hate driving it. I hate every single curb.
Yeah, the curves are
So
not nice, are
yeah.
they?
So if I get the setup right and the setup allows me to use some of the curbs, then yeah, it'll be a decent race. But other than that, no, I'm just focusing on surviving for that race. It's
Right then.
one of my my weaker tracks in there is.
This is where you win it. This is where you win it, and then we'll say,
No.
well, weakest track, is it? And then you come to win.
No,
Well, let's do your best, obviously.
I
But,
will do.
all right. Well done on your win. Second win of the season.
Thank you.
And good luck next week.
Cheers.
Right, so seen as he asked, very nicely, we've been joined by Invade, who finished 7th, I think, in that one.
Yeah, wasn't very talented.
Yes, good evening to you, Invade.
Even
Talk us through your race today. Kind of a roller coaster, if I remember rightly. Kind of in the battles with Crazy Fish, Grunty, and one other I cannot remember
Muddy.
off my head. Yes. So yeah, talk us through.
Let's just say, going into turn 1, I've seen Runner Red dart down the inside, and then everyone's just like boxed up. I'm caught in the middle of like loads of people. Somehow get damage. So I mean, I have to box that. Then I've got Aaron in play. I'm asking him for strat. I have no idea what I'm doing, and then safety car came out to get back behind the field, but fortunately I was stuck behind NAI. Didn't really do much, so Breezy got a job. Then he got past. I don't know what happened to him, and then I was stuck behind Muddy for about 2 laps, and it just cost so much time. And I did get past it. He didn't hold up Crazy Fish as bad as he did for me. So Crazy Fish got on the back of me quite. Overtook me, and then it was about lap 9 WSC. I went on to the softs because I thought, let's try fastest lap. Turns out I speed in the pit lane for the second weekend.
Yeah, saw that.
I thought I got the limiter down, but I just clearly did it. Then yeah, I guess didn't get fastest lap either, but I somehow managed onto P7. But I was dropping a lot of time at the last 2 laps to Grunty. I lost about 2-3 seconds in that last lap. That last 2 laps to Grunty, so I was surprised I got P7 in the end. To be fair.
Yeah. You've had a few decent results. Obviously, looking at the sprint race of Vegas, I see 3rd place behind the top 2, and then was that Monza 6th place. So you've gone along quite nicely throughout the season so far. What are your goals for the rest of this season? Is there any like tracks that were yet to come up on this calendar that you're thinking, yeah, this could be one I could fight for podium, maybe even a win?
France. I think generally I've got the pace. I think I could win France. that's the only track I think I have a good chance, because that's probably my strongest track. The next upcoming tracks are probably my weakest ones. I mean, I'd be happy with top 6 in the championship, top 7. I've been with the top guys. A lot of the races I've just not been as consistent. I've had bad strategy calls compared to them. So I mean, top 6, top 7 for me.
All right, then. A quick talk about Imola. What do you think about that one?
Imola can get gone because I absolutely hate it.
All right, fair enough. Well done on your points for today. Yeah, if I remember right, yeah, you recovered from an early pit stop as well. So yeah, decent recovery for points. So
I've got points every race so far.
Well, that's all you can do. Keep it going.
Yep.
But yeah, well done, and good luck in Imola next week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the interview.
All right. Obviously, I would have loved to speak to the other people on the podium, but obviously Runner Red on PC and Just to Play doesn't do interviews, but that's perfectly fine. We got these, and an entertaining race in Japan, and Days Freak should be back next week, hopefully. Again, if he's watching this back, all the best for your recovery from your illness. So on, he should be back in the Cosmos for F1. So don't worry, you'll get your usual back. As for the rest of this week, we still have 3 more divisions to go through. We have the F2 division tomorrow, which I believe it is JP Gaming and Rodders taking you through.
Rodders is in Thailand, so it'll actually be me.
Oh, it's Invade. Okay, sweet. Well, there is another question then. What are your thoughts for F2 tomorrow?
Honestly, just hoping it's as entertaining as it was tonight.
I'm going from the back most likely, so that's something.
I mean, another podium on the cards for you?
I hate this track, so no. Unless I get extremely, extremely lucky. Even if I qualify, I hate this. If I get a point, you know, if you've seen my TT, I'm like a second slower than everybody else in F2. So, yeah, we'll see. So yeah, that's tomorrow, 8 o'clock as usual. F3, I'm back in the comments box again with Orphan for Division 3 as the championship continues on there. And then F4, I think I'm back in the comments box again for the F4 division on Thursday. So make sure you join us for all of that so you can get sick and tired of my voice. But yeah, join us for all those as the rest of the drivers tackle the Suzuka circuit. So from everyone here, have a good rest of your evening and take care. See you next time.